All right. And today we're going to talk about range bags.
Range bags. So we each have our range bag. We're just going to kind of go through them, talk about what we have in them and why. Just like anything else, these are kind of a personal choice.
Yep.
So Eric, why don't you go first?
Yeah. So, I'll talk about the bag last, but we'll go what's in it, right? So, my medical bag, obviously. I think that's something you have to have, and mine's just your typical stop.
Yeah, if you're not going to the range with medical equipment, you're wrong. Like you're just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I think we've touched enough on that, so I'll set that off to the side there. I have a towel because I'm a pig and I sweat like crazy, and plus if it's raining or snowing or whatever, it's just nice just to kind of just have a towel with you just to get it off. So that's there. I reload, so I pick up brass. So I got that brass, in there. So I got
brass catchers.
Yeah, so I got stuff to put brass in, or like even like if you want to use it as like a dump pouch, like these ones you can put and use as a dump pouch if you want.
So do you have a like? And I may not have that either, but do you have like a brand if people were looking to buy stuff?
Oh,
like
yeah.
that?
So I'll talk about the bag itself last.
Okay.
Like
as far as those pouches, do you know?
They all come. These came with the bag.
Oh, came with the bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this came with the bag.
All right.
So that's there. So I got my ear protection. These ones are the Howard Light. I think I've had the best luck with the Howard Light ones. I know some people were using, what was the ones that I was kind of talking bad about?
Not Peltor.
Peltor. Shoot, I can't remember. I remember John was using them. He's like, man, I've had nothing but good luck with them. I'm like, man, I've gone through 2 of them. They've lasted me a month. But the Howard Light ones, these ones are great. They're by Honeywell, so those ones are good. Gloves, same thing. I mean, I don't know. I always have a pair of gloves in here. It's just kind of nice to have gloves. You're going to shoot, especially some of the stuff that I shoot suppressed a lot. So taking off a suppressor, you don't want to grab a hot suppressor. So if you're wearing gloves, you can just take it on, take it off. If it's hot at the range, picking stuff up or moving stuff, what have you. Yeah, that's kind of a must in my book. Is just a nice pair of shooting gloves. My Oakley glasses. So these are the shooting glasses. These ones are kind of nice because they tint. They auto tint, so they'll go clear to dark. So if it's that sun starts to rise, they'll dark up. If it starts to get lighter, they'll go back to clear. But these are great. Big fan of the Oakleys. I mean, Iraq, Afghanistan. All I wore is these kind of Oakleys. So they're great in my opinion. Tape, just
standard masking tape.
Just masking tape to either like tape up a target that you shot or just to hold something together or whatever.
Cover up holes.
Yeah, so to me, masking tape, that's, I don't know, that should be standard. I guess it's always in my bag. We live in Iowa,
right?
so I got bugs, the bug soother, and then the Cool Zone, just whatever sunscreen, just whatever you're gonna wear, sunscreen. So I have that in there. You can obviously have more for this summer, but this stuff just stays in there. Shot timer. So I know I shoot with timers quite a bit. I know you may or may not.
I have one on my phone. I don't. I've been wanting to get actually a physical shot timer, but I don't have one right now.
Yeah, this one's the Pocket Pro 2. This is great. But if you're going to shoot suppressed, especially a suppressed 9mm or 300 blackout, this is not going to pick it up no matter how much you bump up the sensitivity. But if you're shooting like a suppressed AR, this will pick it up. So it's something to kind of think about because I was running some drills with my Leonidas. It's suppressed, and it wasn't doing a thing. And I'm like, oh, well, that just wasted some ammo. So, but yeah, another towel type thing. Hat, just because it's winter, but this stuff just always stays in my bag, so it's kind of good for summer and winter. I don't know how you do yours. I just throw it in there and this stuff just stays. Batteries, because everything kind of runs on batteries nowadays, so I got batteries in there. Trash, and boatloads of targets. I'm not going to take all these out, but just random targets that I print off. Either let me go through some of them. So this one's just like your BA target. What's the other one?
Maybe like Dot Torture. or
Yeah,
anything
like
that?
Dot Torture, the Bear Solutions. So I like the Bear Solutions. I don't know if that'll pick up, but it's got it's not picking up the greatest, but it's got 2 gray boxes in the small circle, and you can do a lot of different drills, either with rifle, or pistol, or what have you. But I print off a lot of these targets just to kind of supplement like the big kind of targets that we have.
Sure.
So pouch for my gun. And then I also have all my NFA paperwork. I just keep it all in my bag. This way, if I grab a suppressor, I don't have to worry about, do I have the paperwork for it or what have you. Everything's in here. You don't have to have this with you when you have a suppressor, but if someone stops you or whatever, it's just kind of a nice to have this thing. This way, it
Makes it less of a hassle.
it makes it a lot less of a hassle. Just show whoever needs it and then go on with your day. It's not that hard, so I just keep it in there. This thing's got lots of pouches, so I kind of like the bag. Cleaning kit. Every time I go, I take cleaning kit either to just do whatever. I mean,
so is that a multi-weapon cleaning kit?
this is a 50 cal cleaning kit that I
Okay.
repurposed. So
All right.
I had this. I mean, that's what it is, the 50 cal cleaning kit. But I just you got your multi-tool here. You got I put rods in there, so if you need to clean something out real quick or knock a bullet out, like I do shoot a lot of reloads. I've had a couple squibs, so it's kind of nice just to be able to pound it out. But then oil, brushes, what have you. A little light, just in case you need to get in there. So lights everywhere.
You gotta have lights, man.
So that's in there. More cleaning stuff, fiber optic for your sights, more batteries, a lighter just cuz. That's pretty much all that's left in there. Let's see what I got over in this one. Lots of pockets. So I have a stapler for stapling targets. It's kind of a thing. Lube, little CLP because wetter is better, I guess.
Right, right.
So yeah, so that's there. Markers, hand sanitizer, staples for the staple gun. Like I said, this thing's got a lot of pouches. Different holsters, just because I don't know what I'm gonna be shooting that day, so I just got holsters in here for whatever. Same thing, I think I got mag pouches over here. Yeah, so I got mag pouches for handgun, for rifle. And then the front of the bag, it's kind of like where a lot of stuff kind of happens. So I got a hammer because we live in Iowa and sometimes the ground is frozen and you need to get your targets in the ground. So have a hammer, more pasties, and then just mags all up front. So I got the whole front of it just filled with mags. And this bag actually has like a nice little folding thing. So if you need to put stuff in front and lay it on, you have this, and it actually will Velcro off and Velcro on. So if you don't want to keep it attached to the bag, you don't have to. So that's kind of nice. But the bag itself, it's a UTG bag. It works great. It's got, Velcro for cool guy patches. It's got Molly in the front if you want to clip stuff to it. But yeah, it's just a UTG bag. I don't know what else to say. It's just a normal black bag. You can get it at UTG or Amazon. But yeah, that's kind of what I have in it. It's a lot of crap, and that's why it's kind of a big bag. But this way, when I don't have a lot of time to be at the range, so when I go to the range, I want to make sure I have everything, and everything just stays in the bag. So I just grab the bag and go. It's kind of how I do it. I don't know, Mike, if you kind of do it a little differently.
And I'll kind of go through mine. So I got this style bag, and you can't really see it if you listen to audio only, but it's a backpack style bag. I'll look for the manufacturer. I actually got it here at CVO. GPS. They're wild about shooting. That's what it says. So, Velcro for the little morale patch. Got to have that.
You gotta have it.
I like this backpack style because I can just throw it in my car. I can put it on my back, and it's pretty easy to carry. Mine's set up a little different than Eric's. A lot of commonalities. However, I teach a lot, so I have a lot of stuff for students in here, not just for me, and
Yep.
it's more compact, so I don't have some of the other stuff. For instance, I do not believe I have a hammer or anything in here because I'll bring that separate.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
so if I need it that day, or magazines, or I may have a holster in here. I don't know. Let's look because I don't really remember what I got in here. All right, so we'll just kind of go. I'll leave this compartment for last because this is my favorite part about it.
All right.
So over here, everything's kind of. One thing nice about this bag is everything's kind of labeled with a little pictograph of
cool.
what's in it. So we'll start over here. This is lubrication area. It's kind of a random. I got some 12 gauge training rounds in there. Got my big marker. So that's kind of my lubrication random stuff area.
Yep.
Got another. I'm going to set this up. So I got the K-bar because you got to have a knife. Got the cutter in there. I had some bug soother in there. I might have took it out, but I also usually keep bug soother or bug spray in there. Go up here, top here. So this is kind of, I got my membership to the Isaac Walton. I got some more markers. I got my front sight tool.
Oh, yeah.
I got my multi-tool. So just a little tool area.
Yep.
Over to this side, I'll go at the bottom here. So here's this one's kind of empty. So I've got, sunscreen.
Yep.
And
You got the tactical range tan, right? So
yeah, right. You got to have that. Over here, like I said, I do a lot of teaching. So this is actually medical stuff, but this is my demonstration. Like, this is not my real medical stuff. I just pulled this out to show people how to use it. So that's kind of just stuffed in there. This thing comes with a little cup to put ammo in. So when I dump like my defensive rounds, if I'm shooting my defensive pistol that day or whatever, I'll put the rounds I don't want to shoot in this pocket.
Gotcha.
It's got a little Velcro thingy. All right. Going to the front. This is kind of a quick access area. I got my Medevac University of Iowa Air Care card, requirements for landing zones, and et cetera, et cetera. Shooting glasses, more markers, my backup set of Ear Pro. I got more. Got my inhaler because I'm freaking asthmatic and I'm deficient, just in case I freaking have an asthma attack for some reason. More shooting. So a bunch of shooting glasses and whatnot in here. And this is like the main pouch. So this right here is like you pull this out and it's like a weather cover.
Okay.
So you don't get your range bag. So a little cute feature.
Yeah.
So I got some ammo. Hearing protection. My actual medical bag. So this is where I get into the stuff that we both have, right?
Right. Yeah.
Here's my, if I can get it out of there. Stapler.
It's not a red swim liner, right?
Nope. Got staples. I got a wet weather jacket in here in case it gets cold. I don't want my little toesies to freeze. So all that stuff kind of is in the top where I can get it pretty easily.
And there's a lot of stuff too. Like I know, like my truck always goes to the range with me. So like my hammer usually isn't in my bag.
Yeah.
But it's in my truck. Same thing with like I have like a poncho or
So you notice this. What I don't have in here is a cleaning kit because I have a little ammo box that I take to the range with all my cleaning stuff.
Right.
In it. So I got to be kind of compact with this. This is stuff that just goes on the range. And then the feature I like about this, once again, because I teach, is this is a little area. Like, so I got little magazine pouch, more rounds stuffed in there. But I got my blue gun and I got my SIRT pistol here. But obviously, you put like if you're transporting, your regular firearms, that's where they go. And I usually put like an extra gun in here or something. So, I mean, I got a lot of pouches I'm not using. So, but that's kind of a down and dirty on mine. So we kind of showed what we have In your opinion, if somebody's just starting off building a range bag, like what's the things they have to have?
So I'd go back for the first thing, like you said, if you don't have some type of medical thing at the range with you, you're wrong, right? So to me, you got to have something medical. Just because, I mean, John ran in the instance where he was at the range and they were shooting, and he had a piece come back at, I think, it hit a student, right?
Yep.
So you got to have something to control the bleeding, because if you have a controlled explosion in your hand and you're firing it several times. So to me, this is a must-have.
And I would, being a medical guy, just I'd expand on that a little bit more. You need this kit. This is to stop like massive hemorrhaging. You need gauze, tourniquet, pressure dressing, like. Whatever you buy good stuff. That's for like somebody got hurt. But then you need stuff also for boo-boos, right?
Yeah.
And you can put that in the same pocket as your sunscreen or your
I think I had
your bug spray, right?
Yeah, I guess it's in another one, but I have maybe it's one that's in my truck. Yeah, it's got like as soon as you open it up, it's got a little Ziploc bag just full of like Band-Aids and Neosporin.
Band-Aids, Neosporin, tape. You know, even like I shot last week. It's maybe 2 weeks, and I hadn't shot that much in a while. We shot about 400 rounds. I got a little blister on my finger, right?
Oh, yeah.
So put a little Band-Aid around it. It's fine, you know. So something like that, right?
Tape.
So, tape. There you go. Tape will work.
Tape.
So medical stuff is a must-have.
Yep, medical stuff is a must-have. Hearing protection. To me, If you're shooting by yourself, I don't think the electronic hearing protection is a must. But if you're going to a class and you're going to be around other people, I would suggest getting electronic hearing protection, just because you can hear what other people are saying when shooting is not going on. And it's to me, it's just better. We're always talking about being situationally aware, and if you're having regular just foamies in or something like that, you don't really hear what's going on around you, and especially if you have a gun, you kind of want to know what's going on around you. So I'm a fan of electronic hearing protection.
I would give a qualifier to that. So 99% of the time, I agree. That's why I have it set in here. But I also have foamies in here because if you're shooting a rifle, for me, I can't get a good cheek weld with the hearing, like the big earmuff. So I go to foamies at that point. So maybe have like some extra. I don't know.
Yeah, and I have in my truck, I have like, you open up my glove box and it's just nothing but like a bunch of orange foamies.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have those in there, and like on my helmet, like I have these ones on my helmet when I shoot with night vision, and they just don't compact because they don't have this anymore. So I have to go foamies underneath. So to me, I got foams all over the place.
So some sort of hearing protection.
Some sort of hearing protection. We both recommend the electronic, but depending on how you're set up, but for sure something. Eyes. Always got to have eyes, right? We always say eyes and ears, right? So you got to have some type of safety glasses, in my opinion. Yeah. So if you're like, oh wait a minute. So you can get those cool Oakleys, or because I'm old, you can buy the really cool friggin' over the glasses ones. These ones
your preference.
These ones you can get inserts. So I mean, you can go somewhat incognito.
Yeah.
Or
you could do bug eyes.
Right.
Whatever.
The other thing that I would say to kind of go with, if you're going to just be as simplistic as possible, just starting off, and then some type of cleaning kit. If you're going to the range and you're making time to go to the range and malfunctions do happen, it's mechanical. So this way you can fix a malfunction if you have it, right? So I wouldn't. So you have to have like a. Like I know Mike, you teach a lot, and you have like a tackle box or whatever full of that stuff. If you don't have that luxury, just a simple cleaning kit with some type of multi-tool, some type of rods to pound stuff out, and then a brush. Just to kind of just go through. Maybe it's not feeding right, so you just need a quick little scrub with the brush, what have you, just to make sure it's going. And then I got little lubricant bottles in here just to lube up a little bit, but I also carry an extra bottle with me there just because, one is none and two is one.
Right.
So
obviously.
Yeah. So it's that's what I do, just because when you get to the range, you don't want to have a failure, shut your range day down. That'd be the worst case scenario, especially if you're like me and you don't have the luxury of time to get to the range whenever you want. So when you go, the time is precious. So you want to make sure you're up training as much as possible. To to me, I would say these are like the bare bones minimum requirements besides a target and a target stand, right?
Yeah, target stand. Speaking of, you didn't really mention, but probably need a stapler or something. You could use tape, whatever, something to attach your target to the target stand.
Yep.
I would say I agree. That's probably the bare minimum, along with your firearm and ammunition required.
Right.
So.
Yep. And then like extra stuff is all supplemental, right? Like if you're going to spend a long time in the range, then maybe I'll throw these in if you're going to a class, right? So maybe you distinguish it between going to the range and then going to a range with a class, right?
Sure.
But to me, I have the luxury of just being able to have a big bag, so I just throw everything in there and it just stays in there. If something runs out, I throw it out, replace it right away. This way I know if, someone calls me, it's like, hey, can you be at the range in 30 minutes? And my wife gives me the blessing to go. I don't have to quick scramble, put a bag together and go. I can grab whatever gun I want to shoot, take that, and then my range bag, and then I'm off. And then I know I have everything I need.
I'm the same way because I just keep this range bag. Like, it doesn't even stay in my house. This range bag stays in my truck most of the time.
Yep.
And like sometimes I don't take my truck, but at least it's outside next to my other car.
Right.
And it's right there where I can grab it. I don't have to look for it or anything like that.
Yeah. To me, if you can have that situation, I say just do that. And to me, it's just if you're getting to get out and you're training, you got to make sure the stuff to keep your training going and keep you safe while you train.
Yeah. All right, so that's range bags. Hopefully you guys got some good information out of that. If you have any questions, shoot them to us, and good luck.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for tuning in.